Today's episode of the Get Home Safe podcast contains explicit language that may not be suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
It's time to play ball. Welcome to the podcast with no limits, whether it be sports, current events, or random thoughts. This is the place to step in and stay a while. Your host is a proud alumnus of Rio Hondo Prep, a former minor league baseball umpire, and a man with strong opinions. Welcome to the Get Home Safe podcast and your host, Matt Hersema.
Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Get Home Safe. You heard all that commotion in the background. For those not watching on YouTube, it's Bill Barnes spilling coffee and making all kinds of racket at our table.
I'm afraid here. I'm gonna, with the liquid I just spilled, short out this 99-cent network you have here. One wire gets frayed and we're out of business.
Coming in hot, 99-cent network, not bad, not bad. Right. Bill Barnes. Wow, thanks for stepping in and staying.
And that's an upgrade. By the way. That's an upgrade.
We'll take it. One time the Rio Hondo Radio Network, and now the 99-cent network.
It's the 99-cent network.
I like it. Hey, you get fresh coffee brought to you with my old man.
I feel like I'm packing a lunch and going to the warehouse to work today with the thermos and all that.
Yeah, come on.
I haven't had a thermos like that since I was in fourth grade. But anyway, let's get on with this.
About 50 years ago.
Longer than that.
Yeah. Well, Bill, we finished recording our pre-show here. I have a couple questions for you from our good man, Will Tarico, but let's wait on that a second. I think right off the bat, you want to follow up on the Trevor Bauer situation from last week.
First of all, we've got to tell people why.
Oh, yes, I did it again.
We're wearing these
Bill and
attractive
father and
shirts.
son podcast. Yes, we have for those that didn't see the Facebook live show,
which a lot of people didn't because we had like one listener.
Yeah.
So
what can you say? We got on our West Point shirts here, matching shirts, courtesy of Captain Mainor Bojorquez of the United States Army, West Point graduate. He sent us these shirts. He says, what is your size and Mr. Barnes' size? Of course, Mr. Barnes always.
Of course.
And so anyway, big thank you to Mainor. Go Army, man.
Go Army. This is about the closest I've come to being in the Army.
Oh, yeah?
Okay. I did serve, though. Okay. I was about 19 years old, and I was in JC, and I was flunking a class, and I asked the teacher, what can I do to, bring up my grade? And, well, it's holiday time, Bill. You can go, I have a circle of friends that ring the bell for the Salvation Army.
Hey.
And guess who was in front of a Thrifties that afternoon?
Doing the Lord's work. I love it.
Ringing the bell.
Love it.
So I could, raise my grade.
Absolutely. And they are.
So
yeah.
I served in the Salvation Army, Christmas of 1978.
God bless you, man. What a noble cause.
Yeah.
So from one veteran to another is what you're saying. No. Mainor, thank you. These shirts are awesome, man.
Thank you.
Army, West Point. We'll be rocking them for sure.
Go Navy. Go Army.
There it is. Then be fighting words, Bill.
I know.
And be fighting words. So pressure's on, listeners out there. Just kidding. I mean, if you send us something, more than likely we will wear it within reason, of course.
Well, with very little reason.
Very little reason. Okay. So yeah, shirts are awesome. We love it. Fans are great. Okay. Now back to what you wanted to start the day off with on a positive note. No, not really, but Trevor Bauer.
Yeah. Well, as you all know, Trevor's in kind of the penalty box for supposedly freaking his freak on a freak site with another freak. And she didn't like how she was freaked. So she filed a sexual assault case against him with the Pasadena Police Department. Still under investigation. However, Major League Baseball has suspended him with pay. And the Dodgers took away his bobblehead night already, which is in August. And they pulled all of his merchandise from their team store. And just yesterday, he hired Sean Holly Chapman. For those of you that don't know, Sean Chapman Holly or Holly Chapman or however it goes. She was a young defense attorney on the Dream Team back when OJ was going through his situation.
Was she Carl's kind of right hand?
She was Johnny's right hand person in more ways than one, more than likely. And she handles, big cases now because they're all dead.
Yeah.
Johnny's dead. F. Lee Bailey's dead. Bob Kardashian, God bless him, is dead. And he's probably glad he's dead the way his daughters act. So anyway, she's now his lead defense attorney. She defended Lindsay Lohan when Lindsay was in some hot water.
Oh boy.
And I guess she's a really sharp barracuda of a defense attorney. And so my guess is you don't hire a defense attorney unless you fear that charges are imminent.
Yeah.
So charges could be imminent, but Trevor, I have a solution, my friend. And to those out there that venture into freak sites, do yourself a favor.
We gave an explicit content warning on this show. Okay,
yes,
just double checking because last week it went pretty graphic.
Listen. Okay, your biggest mistake, Trevor, is you got on a website, all right, thinking that you're just one of the masses. You're just a regular, John Q. Public. You're not. You got a lot of money and you're a target. Next time, just get a hooker. You got the money.
Bill.
You got the money. Hookers take your money and they don't talk. They take your money and they don't talk. Even if you bash their head against the wall like he allegedly did, choke you unconscious, or
it's in the job
or come in the exit only sign. They take your money and they don't tell, and they're discreet. Okay. Word to the wise.
I don't know how wise that is.
Well, come on.
He's gonna be out of some big time money.
He's not, obviously he wasn't there to have a relationship with this guy.
I have a question. Why is it that very famous people or people with a lot of money, why do these people always seem to get in trouble with, usually it's men, get in trouble with women? What is so hard about, if you have money, you're a successful person, what is so difficult about just having I don't know.
Well, if you invest it in the right people, you're not going to have a problem.
Successful relationship. Well,
you invest it with some freak on a freak website or a freak chat room or whatever the hell he met her on. You're not dealing with security, anybody that's got pretty stable in my opinion.
But for average, stiffs like you and me, like it's okay. It's tough to I don't know, find, women aren't attracted to you necessarily, but if you put a certain dollar bill amount, if you're a wealthy guy, you wearing that nice watch, women can like smell money on guys. And so you become a lot better looking the more money you make. I'm generalizing, but it's true.
That's a true statement. That's a true statement. Look at Harvey Weinstein.
No, thanks.
He's probably one of the ugliest human beings in the world, but he had money outside
and inside.
Yeah. And then he did what he did. And he was able to get him to his room without putting a gun in their head. And then the other things, who knows what happened behind closed doors. So,
I think Bauer's in real trouble here because there's a lot of evidence, which is all that really matters. Where there's smoke, there's fire. She has a lot of injuries, and I don't know how you prove consent versus non-consent unless you have a text message or something like that.
Well, that's just it. Who knows what they have?
And even if there is consent,
who knows
taking something too far?
Who knows what if he's had other women come forward?
Yes,
that we don't know about.
Well, that's what's like Deshaun Watson, the Houston Texans quarterback. He's had like 20 something women accuse him of sexual assault. Trevor Bauer, to my knowledge, is the only woman who stepped forward and said this. Yeah. So I don't know. The whole thing's messy, and I think he's going to be out of a lot of money by the time this is all said and done.
Well, let's not judge him too quick. And that's what I've been saying since the get-go. But I'm just going to say this. He's hired attorneys, so who knows where this is going.
How come... Okay, as far as hiring defense attorneys, let's be honest, there's plenty of, if you're a wealthy person, you stand a better chance than your average person who has a public defender. And why is that? Why is money buying you such a great defense team? They're just that much more skilled than your average defense attorney. What exactly takes them so high up the chain?
The money goes to, behind the scene investigators, behind the scene people that are buying witnesses off, behind the scenes people that go out and find people that will discredit your witnesses, like they did with the young lady who said all those things about Mark Furman. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like that. They can go dig. They can go find and dig. And then your skilled arbiters in the courtroom bring that out.
how many times were you part of a case quite often as far as a witness or anything like that?
Oh yeah, we were sent out to interview witnesses, but our job, we just the facts.
Mm-hmm.
We went out and we asked questions and we tape recorded it, put it into a synopsis and sent that and the transcript in, and it played how it played.
Well, what I like about the show Bosch that you got me onto, and you've said, which is out now, season 7, the final season. I watched the first 2 episodes. What's great about that show is they show the interaction between the detective Harry Bosch and lawyers, defense teams, and that kind of weird song and dance. That I was wondering if you had any experience with.
I've had experience with lawyers and DAs. In fact, I get along better with defense attorneys than I do DAs.
Really?
Oh yeah, because first of all, a lot of great DAs I worked with, but 1 or 2 there were problem children, and when you have when you are going against an egomaniac and what you're saying makes sense and they back themselves into a wall and you're not going to give in, bad shit's going to happen and it's going to fall in your face like it did mine a couple times. But defense attorneys are they're people that like to make a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
And they don't really.
And there's more money in defense than prosecution,
absolutely,
right?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. And they are opportunists. They go out, they defend their client the best they can, fully well knowing they're fucking guilty. All right. But they're there to bring out the things that the prosecution missed and bring these to light and put reasonable doubt into a juror's mind.
That's it right there.
Okay.
That's all you need.
And if you can do that, or in the case of the OJ case, you already had your jury picked, and you could have said anything. There could have been videotape of him decapitating both of them, and
didn't matter.
Didn't matter.
The detective Furman said this before, so therefore it was a frame job. Yeah.
So,
it's interesting that I think there's a lot of corruption, but there's also this, you got to respect somewhat the skill that it takes to tell a story differently as a defense attorney.
I mean, Johnny Cochran was a skillful attorney.
Yeah.
Bob Shapiro, a negotiator. He liked to cut deals. That's why he was initially brought on, because he wanted OJ to cop to some type of manslaughter. Yeah. Heat of the passion, heat of the moment.
I slipped and fell. Yeah. Stabbed them both.
Where, so that's where they clashed. So you have now I will say this, think about the OJ case. Well, everybody thinks he's guilty. All right. You think about Robert Blake when he killed his wife in the outside the restaurant in Studio City, guilty. Think about Bill Cosby.
Guilty.
You think about all of these, right? Well, guess what? They're free right now, aren't they?
Yeah. Guess
who? The one where it was he said, she said, and he went to jail for like 3 years because he had the equivalent of the attorney he hired was like, if you needed eye surgery, you went to a foot doctor. Mike Tyson. Okay. Mike Tyson picked the wrong attorney to represent him. And guess what? He, of the 4 of those people I just mentioned, was probably the most innocent, in my opinion.
Of the 4.
Of the 4. Okay. And guess what? He's the one who did hard time.
Missed some very prime years of his career.
Sure did.
Who knows what he could have done.
So,
but again, if he did, and he probably did something, I mean, we don't want to, condone any evil acts by any means.
But there wasn't a witness, was there? There wasn't overwhelming evidence, in my opinion.
True.
But you had an attorney, I believe, that dropped the ball on him.
No, it's a good point. I mean, some of the people that have gotten off is pretty crazy. And then those that don't, you're like, well, what happened? You just didn't pay your bills or what? You didn't pay enough. Right. So anyway, Bauer's in trouble. It's interesting. He's suspended right now. And I mean, if this goes to trial, that takes some time, right?
It will not go to trial.
Oh, there'll be a plea bargain?
There'll be a plea bargain.
So he'll be forking up some money then.
Yes. There will be a plea bargain.
Yeah. He makes 30+ million a year, I think. So
that's what this whole thing's about.
Yeah.
It's about, it's about her cashing in. in my opinion.
In your opinion, which is we're allowed to have here in America as of yesterday. We can have opinions. But anyway, yeah, Bosch, Bill, I love that show. I didn't realize how much I missed it till it came on. Like you've always said, it's just really good with the behind the details.
The technical advisors on that show are outstanding, right down to what a detective puts on his desk, the kind of pictures they have, their mug that says, "My day begins when another person's ends." Okay. We all back in the day had that.
Yeah.
Okay. How a female supervisor walks in her pantsuit. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's all done so good. You got the 2 old time slugs, crate and barrel.
Yeah.
Everybody, we all had those.
Can't let go.
You know, I was starting to turn into one. That's why I retired.
Mm-hmm.
So, so anyway,
the language, the verbiage, everything, it's really, really well
yeah.
done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tactical stuff. So yeah, and good storyline. So get on it, Bill. You have to binge it, and it'll probably be what you have the rest of the day.
I need to get some time to squeeze that in.
Harry Bosch. Okay. Some other news in California related. Big news. I have found my governor candidate, and I'm pretty sure Bill has too. It was announced yesterday that our good man, the sage from South Central, Larry Elder, talk show radio host here in Los Angeles, has declared he is running for governor. What is your initial reaction?
I love it. He's got my vote.
Absolutely. We were both talking the past few weeks about candidates. Like we got to find someone. I think Larry Elder's a great choice. He has no experience in politics, but he's a radio talk show host. He's a lawyer, a writer.
He says what makes sense.
Yes.
He says what needs to be said. He doesn't pull any punches. He is common sense about the way it should be, which obviously is a 180 from what we do now in this state. All right.
Truth and facts. What are you talking about?
I know. So yeah, in fact, Larry Elder, funny story I heard about him yesterday was that when he was in Las Vegas and he was in a casino and there was a group of LA cops there.
Oh, nice.
And they all say, "Hey, Larry, how you doing, man? We love you." And he walked over and he goes, "Hey guys, great to see you. I support you guys." He goes, "I'm just here doing a little gambling, enjoying my weekend." So he takes one of his chips, $100 chip, puts it on the bar and says, "Get the boys a drink."
Wow. That's our future governor right there. Love it.
Love it.
Let's go. Larry Elder, baby.
Yep.
The great Eldersky. His radio show is fantastic. And he's a courageous dude, I think.
He's probably been called Uncle Tom. He's probably been called every name in the book.
He made a movie called Uncle Tom and interviewed a lot of great people about that misconception, and just very successful people. And I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard it's really, really good. It's Larry's not afraid to talk about the issues, to debate. And he was
brought up in South Central LA by a strong father,
military man. To your point earlier about maybe bringing back the draft.
I mean, I know it doesn't make any sense that when America was strongest, when Americans loved their country, it was back when we were either A, at war, B, had a strong military, C, all the above. Now, guess what? We haven't done shit in years. We went over to Iraq and did a police action. And now Biden's pulling us out of there. We obviously experienced 9/11, and that was quick. And that brought us together somewhat. But since then, it's almost been 20 years now. The American people have not discovered what it is to love your country. And there's been a distance between the youth and, being proud of where you're at, your country, your flag. And it's been obvious with the things going on in Portland and all these democratic cities.
Yeah. Portland. Was that Portland or Cuba? I couldn't tell on the news the other day.
Right. Well, Cuba's flying our flag more readily than we are.
They're waving the American flag. Yeah. We just had 4th of July, and I was sickened by a lot of the hateful, ungrateful people in America that want to talk about all the wrongs we've done in the past. No mention of the plenty of good. To your point, Bill, with the kids. Yeah. Kids are taught to hate America early on, and that it's imperfect. And so therefore you can't love it. I saw a sickening video of a parent her kid was on a bicycle or something, and she's out walking with him, and this kid, like, there was an American flag in the grass of this house they were going by, and he ripped it out of the ground and threw it down, and the mom just sitting there watching, like, yeah, good job, son.
Sure.
And I'm thinking that mom should be put in jail. I mean,
what they don't understand is that a lot of good men died for the right of her kid to do what he did.
Yeah.
Not saying it's right. So as an appreciation for you having that ability to do that, you ought to maybe do something else.
That's the
with
irony.
another object instead of a flag, because that flag represents a lot of hard work and a lot of death to fathers, brothers, and whatnot that have done that.
Yeah.
And that's, unacceptable.
Oh, it's awful. And I think you're right. It starts with the kids and how kids are raised. There seems to be a lack of discipline. You just turn the TV on, turn the video game on, turn the computer on, and let them at it. And they learn a bunch of bad things there. Last thing on Larry Elder. He has our vote. We endorse Larry Elder. Maybe we'll get some t-shirts here.
Let's try to get him on the show.
Yeah. Larry, what are you doing, man? He's written a bunch of books, and if you don't, you'll find him on podcasts and radio, listen to him and see if you guys like him. But just a few of his book titles that he has written over the years. I think the titles kind of reel you in. 2001, The 10 Things You Can't Say in America. 03, Showdown, Confronting Bias, Lies, and the Special Interests That Divide America. What's Race Got to Do with It? Double Standards, The Selective Outrage of the Left, and his most recent book in 2018, A Lot Like Me, A Father and Son's Journey to Reconciliation. So he has been active as an author, and again, every day on his radio show. So proudly endorse Larry Elder for Governor 2021. Get rid of Gavin, man. Get rid of him.
Right. Absolutely.
And
my point is that there's some misconception about how this election is going to go. There's two questions they ask you. A, do you support the recall? Do you want Gavin Newsom, with no political affiliation next to his name, recalled? Yes or no? Yes. If so, who do you want? I want,
Larry Elder.
Yeah, I want Larry Elder, or I want Joe Shit the Ragman, who would be better than Newsom. And you vote for that person. Now, if he's recalled, if the no's outweigh if the yeses outweigh the no's on the recall, he's gone.
Okay.
Gone. And it's who wins that other column.
Yeah. Then it's just the top vote getter.
Yeah. For like a year.
But
then he would probably, hopefully, have a good shot of being the next governor on the election year 2022.
I just hope with all those signatures that we had here in California that people still show up and deliver, and hopefully even more people say, yes, we want him recalled, get rid of him. I mean, Bill, we're seeing rolling blackouts potentially here in California. What other state does this? A flex alert. Make sure you use less energy. No other states do this.
And then here's folks think that these forest fires are because of climate change. Bullshit. You know why? Because the Forest Service has not cleaned up these forests and managed them in years.
Because of environmental restrictions.
Right. Now, okay, folks, think about it. Especially to you Republicans out there and you Democrats, take a look at the mirror and take a look inside your house. When you go to a Republican's house, it's clean, it's neat, there's order. You go to a Democrat's house, there's shit everywhere. There's magazines, there's newspapers on the floor, there's all kinds of, there's just crap piled up. They're disheveled human beings. Okay? They're disheveled. And, they've got a rock collection from when they were 9 years old sitting on their counter. They've got all kinds of, and that's the way they run their businesses, and that's the way they run as politicians. Look at Newsom. He's been all over the place, and he's finally had to get his shit together, and he hasn't done it. His way of getting his shit together is bribing people by giving them money, handing out money. Hey, you don't want to work? Stay home. I'll pay you. You don't want to have a job? Stay home. I'll pay you. You can't pay your rent? I'll pay your rent for you. You can't support your kids? I'll give you children allowances now.
Why have we transitioned into this? I say country, but it's more the state where
The Socialist Republic of California.
Yeah, you got that right.
Okay.
You got that right. People, this used to be the land of opportunity. You can create what you want, create your own, great life. And now it's just like people want to not do anything and just
You don't have to
be given stuff. I don't want to be
Right.
given stuff.
Right. I mean, and that goes how it's been the way people have raised their kids. And now their kids are standing out there going, where's mine?
Yeah, I get a trophy. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. I mean, it all started with AYSO soccer.
Mm.
Oh, we're just here to have fun and compete. Or not even compete.
Not compete.
No,
No,
no, just have fun. Everybody wins.
everybody wins. Yeah, that's a great motto. in
Yeah,
life.
everybody wins.
Unbelievable. Yeah, Bill, you talked about, we talked about Cuba. I mean, what we've seen the past few days with these massive protests, civilians are sick and tired of the communist rule that has been there for years. And it's so wild that you see the American flag flown proudly in a communist nation as this like hope for freedom and liberty. And we got people on here literally pissing on the American flag, hating the American flag. I wish we could make an exchange program. Let's send them to Cuba, see how they like it, and bring in these Cubans who want freedom.
Well, as long as they can get a job.
That's they're not coming here to sit on the couch.
I know.
They want to come here and work and build a life.
Exactly.
They want freedom. They want that opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just it's unbelievable. And if you don't,
let's send the freeloaders somewhere else.
yeah, you can go. Hey,
I'm good with that.
Cuba will take care of you.
Yeah.
You want things given to you. You just you got to not eat meat, and you have to go with their causes.
It's absolutely ridiculous how this country has evolved into this, gimme, take, never give. It's the way it is.
And the people that are successful, they are demonized because other people aren't doing well. Well, maybe they need to pick themselves
It's
up.
time that the folks who are pissed off and angry, who've worked their asses off their entire life and are tired of bums, transients, and degenerates pissing and shitting on their lawn, it's time for them to stand up and make some noise. Stand up and make some noise. And instead of just going, it's okay.
That's hateful, reckless language, Bill. You can't say that because
well,
you can pull a Maxine Waters or an AOC and rally the mob to go burn something down. But God forbid you say Americans need to stand back up and take pride in their country. I mean, what a concept. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So Cuba, Godspeed to the civilians there, because show me one person. I want to find one person who's lived in a communist or socialist country, just one that says, "Oh, it's great. It's a great idea." None
go
of
talk
them
to
do.
somebody from Nicaragua. Go talk to somebody from, pick one.
Yeah, the evils of capitalism,
Right.
And all that. It's like, well, what are you talking about? So we're so backwards. Anyway, let's go to something not less controversial, but less serious. The Major League Baseball All Star Game is tonight, Bill. We're recording Tuesday, and man, at one time the All Star Game used to be something special.
I used to look forward when I was a kid, man. I loved it. It was back when the ball players actually showed up and they played hard, and it wasn't just a party. And tonight I will not be watching it. I really don't. There's a rerun of McHale's Navy.
Yeah. Oh, Bill, Navy. Come on, we're on West Point.
Well, okay,
Army.
F troop. Sorry,
F
Army.
Well, I thought it was the best of the All Star games. It wasn't as,
there are no good All Star games.
No.
It's all for show. I mean, hockey, it's 26-24 after one period.
Yeah.
Football.
They don't
the
even
Pro
tackle.
Bowl. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 2-hand touch.
Yeah, it's awful.
Basketball, it's 186-184.
Yeah.
I mean,
baseball was cool. Who was it? Was it like Fernando when he struck out I don't know, when you'd see these great matchups, in the lineups 1 through 9 would be pretty awesome. And every inning you'd see a Hall of Fame pitcher come up to the mound. But it's so watered down, and it starts at the top. We know this.
You got a commissioner that is ruining the game. Period. End of story. Period. Full stop, as Gavin Newsom says.
Full stop. Yeah, I hate these terms.
What does that mean?
What is full stop?
Full stop.
Somebody explain. I'm not hip. I don't know this language. I hear that full stop. I'm like, we don't even talk like adults anymore. The adults.
Maybe he learned that at the French Laundry.
Probably. The All Star Game. I mean, remember when Pete Rose? Were you?
I was
old enough when he ran through.
10. I was 10 or 11.
Ray Fosse.
I saw him blow up Ray Fosse at the plate. And back then that was, I mean, you do that now, it's World War III. Okay. But back then, man, they were there to win a game.
Yeah. It's another ball game, man.
Yeah.
There was pride, NLAL, you know?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Won't be watching, but used to be an awesome site. The Midsummer Classic.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing else going on. You know, NBA still going. We don't care. Hockey, those Tampa Bay Lightning took down those Canadians in Montreal. So I have no sympathy for Canada and their draconian policies they have up there. But anyway, let's get to a question from our good man, Will Tarico, Bill. Okay. He has three questions. Yeah, three. Okay. They're out there. They are odd. Hope you're ready for them. Okay. Hope you have a good answer for us. He called these would you rathers for the weekly Wednesday weigh-in. So Bill, you got some options here. All right. First question. I don't know where this came from, Will, but God bless you. He goes, would you rather perform a halftime show at the Super Bowl or referee a World Cup championship soccer game?
Okay. First of all, what am I going to perform? The show?
Yeah. You're the halftime show.
I'll do this. I'm not going to referee a World Cup soccer game.
No.
Because that's too much running, number one. Number two, they wear pink fucking shirts now.
I couldn't believe that.
What's up with that?
A pink, of all the colors, you put a pink shirt on the referees?
I just happened to watch the end of that game. I was in somewhere and it was on, so I had no choice.
Italy versus England.
Yeah. And first of all, on a game like that, do away with the penalty kicks. Play until somebody drops.
Oh, I like that.
Okay. Second of all, I saw a picture of Prince William and his little kid, whatever his name is, and his wife, whatever her name is. He's in a suit. He's got the little kid in a suit and tie at a soccer game. What the fuck, man? You want your kid getting sand thrown on him at school and teased and fucked with? Get him in a t-shirt and a pair of shorts like everybody else.
Yeah.
He's wearing a suit.
Oh, man.
He's what, 6 years old?
Yeah.
And you got this little guy in a suit?
It's not a wedding. It's a soccer game.
What the fuck? I mean, seriously.
Poor guy's going to get.
I came out of my shoes when I saw that.
Child abuse, putting him in a suit.
God.
Soccer game. Well, he's royalty. I mean, you know.
That's the problem. When you're royalty, you might as well, eat quiche and play with dolls, for God's sakes, because that's what he's going to be doing.
Poor kid.
God.
Yeah.
Jeez, almighty, man.
Soccer, I don't know how you ref it because you could get executed or something.
Yeah.
Pink shirts.
No, I'll take my chances on the, having a
Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah, having a uniform malfunction like what Janet Jackson did.
There it is.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I'll do the halftime show no matter what it is.
Okay, I like these next two. These next two are cool. Oh, this is a tough one because I thought about this all day yesterday. Would you rather live in downtown LA or Death Valley for the rest of your life?
Okay, I'll very simple. I own a weapon. I own a gun, and I'm not afraid to use it. So I'll live in downtown LA.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not going with Death Valley.
No.
130 degrees.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
No air conditioning out there?
Come on.
No. I could see you in a little shack with a little,
maybe at about 100, 130. That's friggin' hot.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
People do live out there. Somewhat
not sure if they do.
The hills have eyes.
Yeah.
Crazy people.
But no, downtown LA is a complete dump now.
It's a war zone.
It is. It's bad. It's real bad.
But you could lock yourself up in a ivory tower.
I could be upstairs and I'll have my have my machine gun on the balcony, ready to blow people up, and I'll be armed at all times.
Oh boy, that's how we're getting kicked. I'll keep wondering how we're going to get kicked off of YouTube. That's definitely
only for self-defense purposes.
Self-defense, no offensive purposes. No, every American, as of now, has a right to defend themselves
and bear arms. By the way.
Oh yes, indeed. Good one, Will. Downtown LA. Did you think about it for a second? Maybe
it just came to me. I thought
Death Valley.
Okay,
I could do it. Yeah.
No.
That's a tough. Those are tough call.
And in the winter, it's friggin' cold there.
Mm-hmm.
It's the two extremes. It's not like it's pleasurable 70 to 72 in December.
No doubt. All right. And this is interesting. I don't know how you came up with these, Will.
Will's got a lot of time on his hands. Obviously.
He's married, got a new baby on the way. Wait, I believe that was him on the Instagram. Sorry, Will, if it wasn't. No, it is. It was.
I was.
Yeah. Okay. And this final question is, would you rather be in a bullfight against a bull for 20 minutes or play running back for an entire NFL game?
Well, if I was on the bench, shuttling plays in and not having to carry the ball, I'd play running back. But if I have to actively participate, I would be the bullfighter.
Really?
Yeah.
A little less risky than getting.
And once again, I have a gun.
True. You can't just. I would just play running. I just fumble. I'd be like, oh, I can't. I dropped the ball again. Can't put me in. But a bull, man, I don't know, the horns and that's scary. Scary.
It is, but it's a scary question.
But so is
lesser of two evils.
Yeah, exactly. So is a middle linebacker in the NFL. Thank you, Will. Thank you for
great questions, Will.
For your questions. Yeah,
God, man, get some rest, dude.
Digging deep. Nothing from Margie this week. A little disappointing, but
Margie's she might be on a sabbatical somewhere.
We'll give her the week off. Okay, our man Joe Rails back just gave us a thumbs up for our Facebook Live video. Thank you, Joe, as he has tuned in a few times. No other questions as of now. Did you tell me you had a story about you wearing a uniform or something in the past? Could you fit into your police uniform?
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell? Yeah. You don't have to go to whatever details.
Basically, I was asked via a third person.
Okay.
If I could still fit in my uniform. If I had one, I probably could. Yeah, I probably could. In fact, I could probably fit in it better now than I could 12 years ago.
But you were pretty chiseled back in the day, right?
I was back in the day. Yeah, that was back in the day. Yeah, I mean, we had a nickname. Our swing shift crew. We worked the dog watch 5 p.m. to 3 a.m. and we were called the Nasty Boys.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah,
the Nasty
Boys. And we went out. We took care of business.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very nice.
Yes. Civil to everyone, polite to nobody.
Of course, how it should be. I bet you those streets were safe.
We controlled them. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
The crooks didn't. We did.
No, you were in charge.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Good stuff. Bill, I know you are, I don't know if you're a vaccine guy, but you got the vaccine. You want things open. I think you're a big freedom of choice guy as far as if you want it, get it, whatever. What do you make on the Biden administration throwing out the idea of going door to door?
I think it's you're not going to see him going door to door in the neighborhood you live in. Okay. All right. You're going to see him going door to door in depressed areas of the South where the stats are up, depressed areas where people are just either too plain fucking lazy to get up and get a shot, or they have no means to do it.
Isn't it their right to be lazy though?
I guess. I suppose so, because the government's paying them. All right. Nobody goes without here.
Yeah.
Okay. You choose either to have a home and accept government subsidy, or you choose to live in a tent on Venice Beach and just live the way you want to. Yes, you do. And you do have a choice whether you get the vaccine or not. Like a lot of things the Biden administration does, I don't understand that.
It's not like it's okay. Maybe at one time it was. It's not like it's difficult to get now. If you want it, you can go get it. They're acting like it's impossible for people to do it, and we need to find ways in which to make that happen. And
right. And to be honest with you, maybe he's just I don't know what's going through his mind. He's not, number one, he's not making decisions. It's people around him, above him. Who knows? Maybe Barack Obama's still calling the shots.
I think there's some truth to that.
Yeah, I do too.
I really do. It's a lot of the same administration.
And I think that Joe is completely disheveled in his mind. He's delusional. He's not all there. And I'm hoping that something happens to him to the point where he cannot be president any longer, and they bring Kamala in, and the American people see just what a completely disgraceful, ignorant, self-absorbed zero she is. And whether it's the governor of Florida, Trump, or a Republican, anybody will beat her in 2024.
I don't think she would stand a chance as far as herself running.
No,
because she didn't fare well really in the primaries.
No, she was dog shit. She got like what, 2-3%?
Yeah. So I think Biden,
Like a lot of decisions the Democrats make, it is spur of the moment, sounds good now, and then in the long run, it is complete failure.
yeah.
Complete failure. They have nobody.
Well, they have somebody in the White House right now as the guy. So
Yeah. George Soros, is he running the country?
maybe
You know,
Zuckerberg, all those guys. Yeah.
There you go.
I got to ask you.
There's a guy that's just, I mean, just play with your online stuff. Just be your Facebook guy, will you?
Yeah.
You know, leave the adult shit to adults.
Yeah, that's a good point. This isn't my theory, but I think it makes sense. All of these restrictions that we've seen from COVID, all these lockdowns, for me, what's been scary about it is it's almost like a dress rehearsal for more control, for more. Don't tell me, we live in California, one of the most environmental, safe, precautious states there is. I think it's a dress rehearsal almost for like more lockdowns and restrictions of some form of like environmental restrictions that we've seen. I mean, it's scary to think about that people could be like, first they tell you to stay home, not go out and work. Now people could tell you, hey, you can't run your air conditioner for more than 4 hours a day or whatever, or things of that nature. Do you understand what kind of my point? Mm-hmm. It's a scary thought.
Yeah. You're going to be rationed your power.
Mm-hmm.
Power rationing, water rationing. They're asking you to cut back 15% in water now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, well, hey, sometimes it rains, sometimes it does. We have no control over that.
Yeah.
We can't seed the sky. Okay. We can't make the ocean water be our water. You know, I mean, it's just, sometimes it rains, sometimes it doesn't. And lately it hasn't.
Yeah. And I just think people try to control things that you can't control.
Exactly.
And that's scary.
And again, what we need to take our mind off of all this complete, utter bullshit is a good conflict with another country. Okay. We need a war.
Solution.
We need a war.
Something to rally behind.
Right. I mean, it's like you're in your house. There's 25 family members in your house, and you're arguing about something, and your neighbors come over and start throwing rocks at you. You all unite. You go out and you kick their ass.
True.
All right. That's what we as a country need to do.
We're pulling out of Afghanistan. And so that's recent, that's new. And so yeah, where does our efforts go? Do you think if this thing gets out of control in Cuba that you could see military sent there, U.S. military?
No.
They'll kind of just be support from 90 miles away.
Yeah. No.
Interesting.
No.
And then the other thing, what scares me about the whole door-to-door thing, I mean, that's straight out of, that's 1984 Orwellian.
George Orwell.
Yeah, that to me is almost like a dress rehearsal for gun confiscation. That's always been a topic. Now, I good luck knocking on the wrong house there, government. But you know what I'm trying to say there? That is another scary thought. I keep saying it, but
like George Carlin said, they're coming for your guns, they're coming for your Social Security, and they're coming for whatever they want.
Yeah, Carlin was great. It's all BS great. And it's all bad for you, I think is his famous thing when he talked about advertising and things. So I think going door to door.
There's 7 people running this country. You don't know who they are. And that's just the way it is.
That's it. Yeah. If you're ever bored, look up George Carlin. He has some amazing comedy. God bless him. But yeah, the whole concept of going door to door in a country. How many people in this country?
A lot.
100 million. I mean, I don't know.
There's a few.
Yeah. You're going to go door to door? I doubt it. But the concept is
here's the bottom line. There. The bottom line is we've been giving out shots now for 8 months. Those that wanted it, got it. Those that don't aren't going to get, they're still not going to get it. And they said 99% of new infections are for people that have not been vaccinated. Well, again, do you trust those stats?
I don't trust any of these stats.
No, I don't either.
None. I think from the very beginning of this, there was some confusion. There was whatever. But I do think stats have been manipulated. Why? Because we didn't see when they were reporting deaths, they didn't tell us the ages of the people.
No.
They just said, well, it's between the ages of 30 and 60. It's like, well, wide gap, and I think everything has been manipulated because there was an agenda here.
Mhm.
I'm not saying COVID didn't exist. I'm not saying that deaths didn't happen. Yes, they absolutely happened.
And a lot of people profited from it.
That's the scary part. So what right now, people are the whole vaccine push, right? Why? Because there was billions of dollars.
Right. There is so much distrust in this country. It was Donald Trump who pushed for a vaccine. He said the only way we're going to cure this is get a vaccine.
Yeah, there you go.
And then his followers, the ones that go out there and fly the Trump flag and wear the MAGA hats, they're the ones that aren't getting the fucking vaccine.
Well, because they were never delusional in the first place. The vaccine was almost like this peace offering. I think. Well, it needed to happen.
See, I disagree on that. I think that it is scientific, and that they knew what caused this thing. It was in a test tube in China. They knew the chemicals that cause this sickness. If you can identify it, you can test for it, you can find a vaccine for it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was done rather quickly. And I believe that it's safe, or I wouldn't have taken it. Who knows? In 2 years, I could, have horns, blowing out of my head. Who knows? I don't know. But it was the risk I decided to take. I mean, I've eaten shit that I probably shouldn't eat. I've breathed air that I've probably, the amount of alcohol that I've drank in my life, if that hasn't killed me, a vaccine's not.
No.
All right. So that's the way I feel.
I have a question for you, and this is a complete respectful question. I just want to kind of go into a little bit more depth. You had COVID, you then got the vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
Some would say that is overkill, and your point has always been, well, they're talking about a new variant, and I don't want to get it again, but there's plenty of evidence that has said you won't get it again. So why is it that you listen to some things you see on TV, but not?
Because I did it mainly because the stuff they're doing now, they're asking for proof of, if I want to go on a cruise.
So you want just freedom.
I want here. Yeah. Look, I got the fucking thing. Let me in.
That makes sense.
No ticket, no laundry. I got my ticket. Give me my laundry. That's why.
Okay. No, and it's not knocking. Total respect for you and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Just I was wondering, because we both agree. We watched some of the BS on the news, and we're like, they want this thing to continue to be.
Of course they do.
A fear fest.
Oh my God. That's because we have nothing. That's because we're so bored as a country. We're not at war with anybody. We're not we're paying $15 a gallon for gas, which is criminal.
Oh, the gas.
Out of control.
I could sure use a mean tweet right now from the president instead of high gas prices.
Right. So, so we have nothing to do but create inner turmoil with this country.
Do you think that's a tactic, like a stall tactic, maybe from the left and the Democrats? Just like, let's talk how awful things are instead of fixing things.
Could be. Could be.
Simple.
The Democratic Party now is not like the Democratic Party of old. John F. Kennedy would be a Republican if he was alive today.
He would.
Hubert Humphrey would be a Republican. He was a very, very liberal Democrat from Minnesota. Lyndon Johnson would be a Republican. I guarantee you.
Yeah, he had some comments that he said.
He was a strange duck, but and there's a lot of people believe that he was the force behind the killing of JFK.
Yeah,
he hated him so much that he wanted him dead. There's all kinds of theories.
A Democrat from Texas too. That's like, I know there's Democrats now in Texas, but that's always been a big time red state to have a governor. He was a governor.
He was,
or no?
Lyndon Johnson. He was a senator.
Okay,
but Kennedy needed Texas.
That's why. Yeah,
right.
He came on.
Right. So there's reason. Even back then, even though you didn't like the person you were going to be with, there was political reasons that you formed a bond.
Some marriages needed to happen.
Right.
Arranged marriages.
Yeah,
absolutely. What are your thoughts on this, Bill? In my short life I've lived, I've seen more people go from Democrat to Republican or liberal to conservative than the other way around. Do you agree?
Well, because look at these lunatics. You can only be a lunatic so long before you see the light and you decide to jump on the winning team. I mean, it's that simple.
Yeah.
Some of the shit that these folks are coming up with is completely mind-boggling.
I feel like, okay, so some people have their core, maybe three, not causes or three beliefs, topics. Like you could be an anti-gun guy, global warming guy. Like you have your three things and you're just set on those, no matter who is, what policies are, that's all you care about. So you turn a blind eye to some of the extremist policies that get created because you care so much about that one issue.
Okay. They put their blame on inanimate objects rather than the people that operate them. Okay. For instance, we need gun control. No, we don't. We need human being control.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That is the guns kill. No, it's the person that's operating it.
Yeah. Unless a police officer kills them, then it's the police officer.
Absolutely. Then it's not the gun. It's the cop.
Yeah.
It's the human being.
Yeah.
They choose their lunacy very, very, very,
it's selective outrage. It's always been selective outrage.
Exactly.
They pick and choose their moments.
Right.
Yes.
It's not, the alcohol or the person in a car that kills someone. It's the car. You don't hear that, do you?
No,
you don't hear that.
Not at all.
It's not the cars.
But it's not an effort to make things better or safer. It's again, back to control.
Mm-hmm.
It's there's anti-freedom people in this country. And, the mayor of Chicago, for goodness sake, Lori Lightfoot, did you hear, she was talking last week about how the numbers are skewed. Her city is safe. Shootings are down. Complete lies that she tells to the media.
What else is she going to say?
I'm like, complete lies.
What else is she going to say?
I guess nothing.
And it goes back to my point about going into a Democrat's house, right? Seeing it disheveled and a mess and shit everywhere. Look what Garcetti's done to LA.
Well, just to your point, a house treated as a city.
Yeah.
Show me a good governor-run city.
Mm-hmm.
Democrat-run city versus Republican cities. There's exceptions,
but I
but
guarantee you, I could walk into Eric Garcetti's house in Hancock Park in Los Angeles, and there's shit everywhere. Okay. There's crap there of his kids just leaving their shit everywhere. His wife leaving her shit everywhere. Him leaving his shit everywhere. I guarantee it is a mess.
his mistress, what do you call a male mistress?
I call her a beard. Okay. She's covering up for him. Okay. I call her a beard. And for those of you, I'm not going to, okay, look it up. All right. And so what's he doing? He's leaving a shit mess for somebody else to clean up or continue. And he's going to India.
Yeah. What's he doing going to India? What the vacation? What's going on? Lives a hard life. My goodness.
Right,
LA.
I'm going to say this. He's going to have a fun time down there.
Ooh.
Because there's a lot of, it's a target rich area for him.
Yep. Okay. Well said.
All right. And he's going to, I'm sure his wife and kids will be left behind. They don't want to go to India.
No.
He'll go down there and he will have a lot of time on his hands to, and there's not, as far as I know, the media coverage of things in India would be to his liking because he's not going to be, it's going to be a lot easier for him to
do whatever,
run amok.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, look at messy houses, Los Angeles, Chicago, New York.
That's my point.
Messy houses.
My point. Go into Lori Lightfoot's house.
Oh, no, thank you.
I bet it's a mess.
I don't think men are allowed.
No. Go into the idiot in New York. Go into his place.
Oh, de Blasio.
Yeah. Even Cuomo.
We're not talking about governors. Yeah, look at this.
He's probably got pictures of himself pasted all over the place.
What a guy! What a egotistical maniac.
Okay,
Cuomo.
Andrew Cuomo masturbates to Andrew Cuomo masturbating videos of him. That's how he gets off.
Woo! That is quite a hot take, Bill. Oh my goodness. Egotistic. Yeah. Loves that mirror. AOC still say, where's AOC been on her anti-government protest?
If she was normal, she'd be a hot chick. She would be. But once she opens her mouth and you see the row of men's urinals in her mouth as teeth. All right. And she starts talking, it's King's X.
But Bill, she's got a great college degree and, she's risen up from being a bartender and people listen to her like she speaks gospel. It's crazy. She's the new young up and coming.
She's as nutty as a shithouse rat in a tin shithouse, by the way.
And of course, Bernie Sanders and AOC are blaming the U.S. on the issues in Cuba. Of course, U.S. It's always the U.S.'s fault.
You cannot rationalize with the irrational.
You did it for years. You tried for years as a cop,
and I finally figured out. You know what? You can't do it. you just sit back and laugh.
Yeah. Jeez, man, what a country we live in.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're not an Olympics guy, but news out of the Olympics to Tokyo. I guess there's only a 15% vaccination.
You know what?
They're saying no fans now.
They should have canceled it.
They canceled it last year.
Come on. This is a joke. This is going to be a track meet where nobody shows up. I mean, it's like, come on. Let's just stop the madness.
Let's just play ball. Come on.
It's ridiculous.
You're telling me all those thousands of fans at the UFC event in Vegas this last weekend, you're telling me they were all vaccinated?
No,
not a chance.
Or all the fans at the Garth Brooks concert.
Was there one here?
I think
LA?
There was Garth Brooks in Vegas. I think there was something in Vegas too. There was a concert in Vegas where I saw pictures where it was packed house. It was at the stadium, the Vegas stadium.
Oh, the Raiders stadium?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And you know,
it's just crazy.
It's pick and choose, man.
Some people live their lives and some people
don't. Again, the United States is still far and above, even though we're fucked up, is far and above every other country in taking care of what we had to take care of. I mean, Japan, they're supposed to be, you know, pretty progressive. They're not in good shape.
No.
A lot of countries are.
Canada, just look up north.
Well,
I mean, they're a mess.
All they are is the top hat to America. Okay. That's all they are.
That was great.
You know, they have a what is he called? The premier? What is he? The prime minister?
Prime minister.
Yeah, the prime minister of Canada makes Andy Dick look masculine.
You stole that line from someone.
I did.
They used it on you.
Uh-huh. Hey, I don't think I steal a lot of shit.
Oh, you have to.
You have to.
If you're not stealing, I
Right.
mean, we both umpired. I mean, there's things you got to steal that
absolutely.
you try them out for yourself and everything. I went on or interviewed a guy, Matt Brown, who's going to be next Friday's podcast guest. He's a professional photographer. He's worked for Cal State Fullerton. He's worked for Angels, the Dodgers, the Lakers. I mean, all Sports Illustrated, ESPN, all over. He told a story about he got thrown out at a Cal State Fullerton baseball game as a photographer, and a fun story. But Bill, have you ever thrown anyone out of a game in baseball that was a non-player?
I've thrown fans out.
Okay.
I've thrown. I threw out a groundskeeper.
Oh, where was that?
I think it was like a youth ball tournament years ago. He came out with his rake and he started bad mouthing me. I think it was a father of one of the kids. Started bad mouthing. I said, "Hey, why don't you take your rake and shove it up your ass? You're done. Get out of here." And you know, he was gone. Yeah, I've
That's great.
Yeah, fans, a groundskeeper, a trainer.
I think you told
A trainer. I got a trainer at the World Series in 2017.
Oh, in the
she refused to bring me water.
No way.
Yeah, there was a whacker at first.
Boom.
Called him out. Dugout kind of erupted a little bit, and I had asked for water in that prior inning. First base coach, "Hey, no problem, I'll get it for you." He goes in. He tells the trainer. I'm watching him out of the corner of my eye after I made the third out call. I'm watching out of the corner of my eye, and she goes, "No, I don't know." She goes, "No." She looks at me. She goes, "No." I said, "Water, please." She goes. She comes out and she puts it like 2 feet from the dugout. So, and she wants me to come get it.
Oh, okay.
And I told the coach of it was a team that ended up winning it all.
Tampa?
It was no, that was an 11, the 17 one. I can't remember who they were. It was so uneventful. There was like 15. Yeah, it was. Anyway, I said, "She's done. Get her out of here." What? I said, "If you guys get hurt, we'll get the San Diego trainer to help her. Get her out of here." It was like the 8th inning, right? I said, "Get her out." I said, if anything catastrophic, I'll let her come back, but she's done. Get her out of here. And I knew, they had a big lead. I knew it was going to be 6 outs. The game was going to be over. And I made a point.
Yeah.
And I said, get her out of here.
Absolutely. That's disrespectful.
I said, I asked for water and she puts it 2 feet from the dugout step.
Unacceptable.
Get her out of here.
Yeah.
He goes, Melissa, you got to leave. Why? Oh, well, you've been kicked out. She started, uttering some bullshit.
Westchester.
That's right.
Westchester.
Yeah, from New Jersey, I believe.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, good bunch of guys.
Except
their trainers sucked. Yeah, and
2017 national.
And as she walked off, I kind of right here like this. I went
goodbye.
I gave her the little adios sign.
Good.
And I kicked it. Yeah, trainer.
That's hilarious. Let me see.
And I almost kicked another one out at Concordia. Concordia put in like their 4-string catcher. And they had a pitcher throwing about 95 miles an hour, and this kid could not catch him. So I ended up getting smoked, right? Smoked right in the forearm. And the baseballs back then had really high seams. So they were like sandpaper.
Yeah.
So I took a shot and I looked down and I'm bleeding. I'm like, God damn it. I look down at this. I go, can you catch the fucking ball, please? I go, look at me. I'm a bloody mess. Oh, she calls for the trainer. The trainer comes out and she's oblivious, right? She goes, can I help you? I go,
what?
I go, maybe the shark bite on my arm might be a giveaway on what I need. And she goes, are you going to be rude? I said, would you address the problem, please? And Chris Bando is the coach at San Diego Christian. And I look over at him and he is laughing his ass off. Him and an ex-big league pitcher, Doug Jones, is his pitching coach. And they can't stop laughing. And they're getting their asses kicked like 15-0, right? That's why it's garbage time in front of me. And so she wraps me up and I got this big bandage thing. So then I go the next Saturday, I'm at Pepperdine working first base and I had taken the bandage off and it left a big mark, right? And the kid, he goes, hey, I didn't know you umpires are allowed to have tattoos. I go, tattoos? I go, this is a goddamn shark bite, man. He goes, oh man. He goes, I saw I thought it was a tattoo. I go, no. I go, thanks to the Concordia trainer who couldn't get out there fast enough to, stop it from getting out of control.
Make-A-Wish Foundation catcher situation.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Jesus Christ. That was bad. Oh. And that's why I don't miss that at all.
I've been hit by a baseball in a year and a half. I'm feeling good, man. I am feeling so good. Who's working the All Star Game tonight?
Tom Hallion on the plate.
Oh, Tommy Hallion, the best strike 3 in all of baseball.
Tom Hallion on the plate. CB Buckner at first. Gooch at second. Third base is, I believe, Lance Barrett.
Oh, really?
Left field, Dave Rackley. Right field, what's his name? Harmani.
Adam Hammery.
Harmani. And then the replay, who knows?
I think it's like Eddings or your boy. What's his name? Anyway, doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter. Who cares?
Doesn't matter. Greg Gibson in replay.
Yep, of course. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Quite a crew there. And in Colorado, of course, because you had to move it for the oppressive voting rules in the state of Georgia.
And then but they still had the guys doing the home run derby wearing number 44 for Hank Aaron. They should have worn number 39 or 30, whatever he was for Larry Walker. In Colorado. Okay.
And I am all in favor of honoring Hammer and Hank.
But do it in Atlanta.
But you move it out of Atlanta.
Move it out. Yeah. I mean, come on. That's like I heard we're moving the party, but we're still gonna have moving the party out of wherever, and we're still gonna have it's just not right.
I heard they had the kids in the outfield running around wearing masks.
Yeah, I saw that.
Wearing masks outside, running around. Way to go. Way to cosmetic theater. Way to virtue signal. MLB.
Manfred would wear a mask, but he can't find one big enough to cover the gap between his teeth. Anyway,
last home run derby. I don't know why people get behind this. Is there anything? What's comparable to the ridiculousness of a home run derby?
The 3-point thing at the NBA.
Yeah,
I don't know.
The slam dunk contest. It's like,
I don't know.
People are praising guys for lobbing baseball, getting lobbed up there.
I could hit a home run with those pitches.
Yeah.
Okay. I could take it deep. Come on.
I think you could muscle one out, especially in Colorado.
Sure, I could. You get it up in that light air, and it's gone.
Absolutely. Well, Bill, what else? Anything on your mind? You look a little bronze, man. You've been getting some sun. You've been working hard or hardly working.
Kind of both. I was down in the San Fernando Valley over the weekend. Got in a little pool time. Had a good decent weekend. Worked a little bit. What is today? Tuesday, Sunday into Monday. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Little 24-hour shift or whatever.
Yeah. No rest for the wicked.
No doubt.
I have to have a job now to supplement my retirement because of the gas prices.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, I know. It's pretty awful. And they'll go, what's crazy? They're going to go higher. We're going to be over $5 real soon.
Yeah. I saw $6.86.
No.
In right outside Santa Barbara. $6.86. I should have taken a picture of it.
You should have. That's 2 John Daniels at least.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Man, that's brutal. Anything else, Bill? Anything else you want?
I got nothing.
We're done?
No, man. I mean, the sun's going to come up. I predicted that. And I was right, as it will tomorrow. The world's going to keep on spinning for how long? Who knows? So, let's all take 2 and hit to right.
Hit 2 and hit to right. And
take 2 and hit to right.
Take 2.
Move the runner up.
And hit to right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. That's your
novel idea now that baseball no longer is a game of team aspects.
No.
It's all launch angles and fastball velocity.
Velo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Launch. Yeah. Swing 3, throw hard, throw out here.
What a crock of shit that is.
It's been wrecked. Reminder to people out there. Today is July 13th. You'll be listening to this on July 14th, but on July 27th, Mr. Bill Barnes has a birthday, 62 years young.
I don't celebrate him anymore. I never thought I'd live this long, actually. I'm on borrowed time.
The podcast keeping you young.
It is.
We got to keep shoving, keep going.
Yeah, I got to go change my colostomy bag and my diaper. So let's get going here.
Lord, you always know how to get to that least common denominator. Brutal, Bill. Well, 2 weeks. We'll be celebrating Bill Barnes' birthday. You've been.
Everybody's going to have their party hats on. I know.
We shall.
There'll be dietary cake and dietary ice cream.
We'll have to have some fun that day. We'll figure out something. Mainor, thank you again for the shirts.
Absolutely. Thank you. Go Army.
Go Army, man. Go Army. Guys, thanks for listening to this edition of the Weekly Wednesday Weigh-In. I look forward to joining you again next week, Bill Barnes.
Make sure you save your money to get plenty of gas in your car so you can
get home safe.